Hello, General Biology. Welcome to your last weekly video update. Thanks so much for those of you who've been watching the videos and trying to stay up on the material. I do hope that you are staying safe, that you're safe at home now, not on campus anymore, and that you'll stay that way over the summer. We hope to see you back again, either online in the summer or back in the dorms or wherever in the fall. So let's all keep our fingers crossed that this will be gone before we know it. So, okay, for your last week, this is for the week of April 13th. Uh, the main topics are Mendelian genetics and inheritance. So last week you saw how chromosomes move around in mitosis and meiosis. In mitosis, all the chromosomes are the same. The daughter cells end up the same as the parent cells. In meiosis, it's a little different. That was for a different purpose. Now you really want to think about there are genes on those chromosomes that are moving with the chromosomes, obviously, and it depends on which chromosomes and which genes the cells get. That determines what the offspring cells are going to look like, what their characteristics are going to be, how they're going to act, what they're going to be, etc., etc. So you really want to think about, okay, I have these genes on these chromosomes, how are they moving around? And then it's the interaction of those genes that determine what's called the phenotype, what you see. That's determined by the genotype, which are the genes that the cell received from the parent cells. Okay? So in Mendelian genetics, you want to focus on the two laws, the law of segregation and the law of independent assortment. It was pretty amazing, but Mendel was able to describe what's going on with these genes, how they're inherited, without even knowing what DNA looked like. He was able to describe how the genes act, how they're inherited, and then how that affects the offspring in these pea plants. So focus on the two laws, the law of segregation, the law of independent assortment. You want to be able to set up Punnett squares and crosses for single factor crosses. So that's looking at one gene at a time, controlling one trait. And two factor crosses, that's the dihybrid. And that's looking at two genes inherited at the same time. But those genes are controlling different traits. That's how he showed in pea plants how those genes are being inherited and how they're affecting the offspring. There's also a lot of terminology in the chapter, so you want to make sure you get those vocab words learned as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You don't have to go into extensions beyond Mendel, just simple one or two factor crosses, setting up a cross, setting up a Punnett square, and figuring out what are going to be the outcomes from those crosses. Things that are due this week, we have a quiz. Quiz 6 will happen early in the week. And then exam 4 will happen during what was going to be finals week. So that will open up. You'll have 2 days to take it. The quiz is on anything we covered during the week of April 6th. The test will be on mitosis, meiosis, chromosome structure, and Mendelian genetics. So I'll try to get the study guides up there so you can see them. The only other thing that's due will be the last chapter in the cell concepts. So you want to churn that in and make sure you get credit. One final piece of good news, if you remember, you can drop one of your exam scores. So if you're happy with where your grade is, you've been getting good grades on the exams, and you haven't missed any other exam, then feel free to send me an email, let me know you're electing to drop that last exam. So that would be the final. And then your grade will basically be what it looks like in Canvas. So make sure you check your grades and you have no blank spots in there. Okay, that's it. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for sticking with it and getting through this semester, and I hope you have a great summer. Thanks.